Welcome back to 5-Minute Knives, the channel that just ate a little too much. Today, we're going to do, I believe, like Mailroom number 3. We're going to talk about the Architect 6.5. One of my customers sent this guy in. And we're going to go into a bit of a mailroom, which I'm excited about. But first, let's sell you guys one of these custom Kydex sheaths. And we're back! Okay, hopefully you guys bought a custom Kydex Sheath. And today, we're going to talk about the Architect 6.5, which was sent in by my buddy Brent, one of my customers, my Kydex Sheaths customers, sent in this bad Larry Appleton. Just picked this son of a bitch up. And the 6.5, as you guys know, is a really badass knife. It's been on the channel before. I did get rid of mine. I felt that it was just too similar to my SE6, and I sort of was like a fan of the 6. Kind of like those guys that are into Glock. I'm into SE, right? Just kind of brand myopic there. But this is a really badass knife. I can't remember exactly why I got rid of it, but getting this baby in my hands makes me want one again. This is a beast of a knife. It's a great one-tool option for survival. Here's your pommel here, which you can use to pound in your tent stakes, so on. You can put a lanyard on there. The handle's incredibly ergonomic based on the SE6 pattern. And I opted for the Architect 5.5. And one of the things I really liked about that knife was the balance, because it actually has the same exact handle pattern with a blade that's about an inch shorter. You lose the finger choil here, which I didn't think I needed, but every time I, get my hands up here on the finger choil, I'm reminded how good the ergos are on this. I think they're pretty good. Some people don't like a finger choil, and I actually kind of do for my close work. Again, if this was a one-tool option, I think my thing is I always have multiple knives out there, so I never need a one-tool option, and this is fairly heavy, by the way. CPM 3V steel also comes in $10.95. You can get these at theknifeconnection.com. And I would opt for the 3V. Personally, the only thing about the 3V that's kind of a drawback, I suppose, is it scratches as soon as you look at it. As a matter of fact, I think I got one here. Yep. See it right there? A wear mark from the sheath. I actually put a retention point somewhere in here, kind of pinched it a little bit, and it's making the CPM 3V wear a little bit right there already. So not much I can do about that. He doesn't seem to care. He's going to use the hell out of this thing, probably beat it up, and it's going to get all scratched up. But he's going to be wearing this in the small of the back. And because of that, there's your retention there. See how it follows the curvature of the handle so you can get a full grip on it. And I kept the retention as such to where you don't need to push off the thumb ramp like I normally recommend to draw it. Although you should. Since this is going to be in the small of his back, he needs to get it out quickly on occasion. Boom. So the retention is strong enough to hold this giant blade in there, this heavy blade, high saber grind, but not too strong as to come falling out on him. So it's pretty secure. You got 2 combat loops here, bud, and this is, these both go on the belt, and he's going to wear this like this in the small of the back, which is great because this actually disperses the weight really nicely. So my preferred method of carry. However, this is not the show side. As you can see, the eyelets here are a little less flared than on this side. This is the show side. So if he ever chooses to wear this vertically on the right of his hip, kind of classic style, he can remove these combat loops and go ahead and put them on this side here and make this his show side. And this is like on his right hip. And then he could use the thumb ramp and draw that way. So multiple options for you, bud. But he also, in addition to this, you guys know this is a great knife. End of story on the Architect 6.5. If you want one of these custom sheaths made, hit me up at dragonscalejoe@gmail.com. I'll be happy to make you one. I may even make a video for the channel. But this knife is a beast. I actually don't even have my 5.5 anymore. It went to one of my active duty buddies. So now I'm in the market for another Architect, and I think I'm going to go back to the 6.5. This thing is a monster. I freaking love it. I even like the jimping right here. It's just a good looking blade, and in the 3V steel, it's definitely an upgrade from the 1095. I really like the pommel here for pounding in tent stakes and such. I do like a finger choil on my big knives, and I think this would make a decent chopper. With the high saber grind here, you're actually going to be able to baton wood very easily as well. So I think this thing's going to be a freaking monster out in the woods, and because of that, I really want one. So I may buy one again. Thanks for reminding me, buddy. It's got a hell of an edge on it. Here is your sheath fitment. She's in there, good to go. We'll just set this right here. He also sent in this weird little knife with this kind of funky leather pouch, which is not bad looking. It's a sharp little pouch. And he said I can, use this for the channel, give it away to anybody, whatever. And I actually chose one of my female friends to give this to, mainly in part because of the action on it. The action's really nice. And it's some type of like Damascus blade here. Actually reasonably sharp. Liner lock at about 30% looks like. And oh, it's drop shutty, look. Here. I like that. I like drop shutty. It opens very easily and just shuts really nicely. This thing's got really nice action. Reasonably centered. The clip kind of dug into his hand, he said, but he sent this letter as well. I'm gonna read a little bit of it to you guys while I open and shut this thing. Hey Joe, I'm super excited to have my first custom sheath done by you for my Architect 6.5. Beast of a knife. I hope more people join the subscribe star. Me too, brother. Subscribe star, /5, the number 5 minute knives. Join that, it really helps the channel. I would appreciate that. Or you could do super thanks. You know, you just want to do a one-time thing. I've never gotten a super thanks, I don't think. So let me know it's working. I hope more people join the subscribe star and choose to support your tater digging endeavors, as well as buy your custom sheaths. Appreciate you, bud. I also sent a funny little knife I got a while ago on a drunken whim. This is the drunken whim knife. I figure this could make a funny addition to a video, so feel free to do so if you want. He says here, my Hobbit Joe knife, aka the Sitvian ST239 Damascus steel folding knife. Whatever all that means. And then here we have a fancy text saying, this knife is thou besteth for caressing thy toe jam with a mighty slice and poke. Great is thy action, for thy blade doth sit upon ball bearings, and not such washers as thou orcs or goblins useth. Thy Damascus steel resembles that of the treacherous molten lava within Mount Doom, and cuts as fine as a dragon's talon. As any hobbit traveling across Middle-earth, one doth require a remedy to all thy traveling needs, from blisters, slivers, and ingrown toenails to tater diggin', preparing vegetables, and even opening love letters from thy wench of a girlfriend who cannot keep herself from shagging the nearest hobbit. Oh no. The scales of this fine blade are cut from the bark of an Ents prick. Oh no. That's pretty funny. That's great. Designed for a grip that cannot be lost. It's a decent grip on there, yeah. Such qualities combined make for more than just an adequate poker, as this is a hobbit's best friend. And basically he just says this knife for him was a glorified letter opener. It's actually surprisingly sharp, but the scales make him think about holding a peach pit, which now since he said it, I can't unsee it. I've been eating a lot of peaches lately. It has fidgety action that's fun to play with and is drop shutty, if you care about that in a knife. I do like that. And blah, 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 blah. Okay, I bought this a few years ago when I had too many glasses of bourbon, and now here we are, so I hope this brings you a chuckle or two. It did, thank you, sir. I sure as hell laugh at the fact that I paid good money for something like this. It's not bad. It's a nice knife. My friend really likes it. It's a good knife for her. What knife do you regret buying, he asked. That's a good question for you guys. So for Mailroom here, that's the question. What knife do you regret buying? And I have to say, I think I regret buying like 5 of my 8 Fox Karambits. They all had quality control issues and I just kept buying them over and over and over again, and they were kind of a waste of my time. What knife do you guys regret buying? Put it in the comments. Thanks again for the excellent content, from gear reviews all the way to critiquing movies. He does follow my movie channel, guys. Is it still good? Check that out. I watch old movies before '07 and I give you my thoughts. Thanks for also providing a great custom sheath service. Thanks, bud. Here's the sheath. Hope you had a great one and stay frosty out there. Brent. And there's some more, but I just think it's funny. Okay, so anyway, thank you so much, Brent, for sending this in, and a fun mailroom. I really appreciated your letter. Thank you for including this knife. My friend actually really likes it. It's got nice action. I'm sure she will use it as a letter opener as well. That's about it, guys. Just let us know in the comments what knife you regret buying. For me, it's 5 of my 8 Fox 599 Karambits that were all screwed up in some way or another, and I just continue to buy them because I am a glutton for punishment. But what knife do you regret buying? Let us know in the comments. But other than that, guys, I really do appreciate you. Consider joining our subscribe star, and I will see you guys next Sunday on 5 Minute Knives.